Music artists and entrepreneurs, what's good? Mike Sarge here from MySarge.com, and recently I've been getting a lot of questions when it comes to dropping albums and dropping projects. So this is going to be the first video of 3 in which I talk to you guys about how to drop an album, an EP, mixtape, whatever it is that you're trying to drop, and we're going to talk about it. Today's episode is sponsored by Nectar Distribution, 520 Collective, and Classic Studios, so you don't want to miss this one. Now go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's work. Salutes to that. Alright, so for those of you that keep up with me on social media, my website, or just my mailing list, you know that I dropped a brand new album called Hunger Pains, and it's doing pretty well. It actually charted on the hip-hop charts, the top 20 on iTunes, so I'm really excited about it, and I'm glad so many of you decided to show me some support. Now, to be real with you, since it's dropped, I've been getting a lot of questions from artists, from bands, rappers, singers, about how I did it, what was my plan, what was my mindset going into it. And I said, you know what, this would be a really good idea. This would be a really great opportunity to hop in front of you guys and just talk to my thought, just talk to you guys about my thought process and how I got this done. But to start off, if I'm being completely honest with y'all, before you drop a project, before you drop an EP or a mixtape or an album, the first thing you need to do is ask, why?
I don't know. I never thought I'd get this far.
You see, it would be simple for me. It would be super easy for me to just hop, in front of this camera and talk to you guys and go like, all right, do A, B, and C, then do, this, then do that, then contact this person and do that. But I realize if I do that, it's not going to help you. Matter of fact, you're going to get frustrated because then you're going to be doing things, you're going to be doing things, and then if something doesn't work quite like you thought it was supposed to, or it takes a little more time than you were expecting, or it takes a little bit more work, then you're going to get frustrated and you're going to be like, see, this doesn't work. I don't know what he was talking about. When the truth is, you don't understand the why. And if you don't understand the why, then nothing else is going to matter. You're just going to be wasting your time. So this first video, I want to talk to you guys about the why when it comes to you and what are good and bad reasons for why you should drop a project. So to start off, I'm going to talk to you guys about the things I don't recommend, right? I don't recommend you dropping an album, an EP, or project if any of these things apply to you. If you're ready, go ahead and buckle up your seatbelt. Let's get into it. All right, so number one, I don't recommend you dropping an album if you are just dropping an album to keep up with others. Yeah, you heard me correctly, just to keep up with others. Look, this isn't a race. It isn't a race to see, oh, hey, they dropped an album, he dropped an album, she dropped an EP. Oh, I guess that means it's my time. I need to drop. No, if you're comparing yourself to other people, you're already in trouble. You're already digging yourself your own, digging a hole for yourself. You're digging your own grave. The funny thing is, these people that you see dropping projects and dropping albums and EPs, they're not actually doing that well. Matter of fact, if you think about it, think about the last couple people that aren't signed to a major label. Think about people in your area or people that you know that dropped a project recently. Okay, yeah, there was excitement, but then after they dropped it, did you hear anything from them after that?
3 weeks later, many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new.
My guess is 8, 9 times out of 10, you probably didn't hear anything from them after they dropped it. Why? Because they probably didn't have a plan and they dropped it because they wanted to prove to other people that they could put together an album. And it probably didn't do that well. Number two, I don't recommend you dropping any type of projects if the quality is not good. Now, I'm not saying that your music has to have, record label quality, this insane, like, $1,000 equipment. I ain't talking about none of that, because you can get some good quality stuff off equipment that isn't super high price. I'm not going to lie to you, all right? And the average listener, they don't know better. They just know what sounds good. So if the quality of your stuff is not good, don't even think about dropping a project. Don't even think about dropping a project. And I'm also saying that I'm preaching to myself because there was a point when I first got started, I was releasing stuff that did not sound good quality-wise, as far as maybe the song idea was great, but the levels were off. You listen to one song, the volume was super low, so you try to compensate and you try to turn it all the way up, but then, the next song was super high, so you had to turn it all the way back down. Quality matters. So if the quality's not good, don't even think about dropping a project. Don't do it to yourself. Number three, I don't recommend you dropping a project if you do not have a solid following, even at least a smaller following. Some of you guys feel like, or you think there's this thought process, there's this thought in our heads that if we drop an album, that all these people that never heard of us before are just going to come out of nowhere and start supporting us. I'm letting y'all know right now that's not real and it's not going to happen. All right. Albums don't help you build a follow, or I shouldn't say they don't help. I should say they don't create your following. That's what singles are for. When people have never heard of you, 9 times out of 10, they become a fan or at least become interested when they hear a song from you that they really, really like, that they really, really enjoy. That's why you drop single here, single there, and you're building a following. You're steady building a following. So when you have a following that's like, hey, I'm ready for new stuff, and you have people that are actually anticipating your music, not you thinking people are anticipating it, you can see it through engagement, emails, conversations, things like that, then you can go, all right, it's time to release a project. But if you don't have a following in any stretch of the imagination, you should probably reconsider, trying to release a project or do a project and continue to release really, really good singles. All right, number four. Number four is a pet peeve of mine. And some of y'all are like, why did you change your voice up? Because this is a pet peeve and I need to talk like this. Hold up. Number four, I don't recommend you dropping a project if you do not have completed social media pages. Completed social media pages. As in, if you don't have a Facebook artist page. Facebook artist page with a filled out bio, with a reasonably good looking picture of yourself, with stuff filled out, with you making like posts consistently on there. If you don't have a filled out IG, not an IG with just your picture on it that says rapper or just singer and your city, like actually fill it out. Go to other artists and see what they're doing. Go to your favorite artists and see what they're saying. It doesn't have to say that you're Grammy nominated or anything like that, but you need to put something there. Complete your social media pages, whether it's Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Twitter, Facebook, Snap, whatever it is. If you don't have a completed social media page, music should be, I'm talking about a project, that should be the last thing on your mind. Last thing on your mind. Matter of fact, go ahead and take that thought and just buckets. Nah, that's not a bucket. That's a brick, because you ain't getting stuff done. So get that done first, please. Number 5, you do not need to be thinking about dropping a project if you don't have anything to say. I know that people feel like, oh, let me just have this single here and this single here and this single here. Oh yeah, I have songs that I've written. I have songs that I've recorded. You know what? I have so many songs, I might as well just take them and just throw it out there and call it an album. Don't do that. You're doing yourself a disservice. And this is why. Look, people really enjoy singles, and really the way that streaming is going, pushing a single is a great thing right now. Pushing individual tracks is a great thing. The problem is when you just throw songs together and just throw it on there and just call it an album, call it an EP, you're going to run into trouble, because when we compare who's the best and who's better than who, we're not comparing just their singles. We're comparing their albums. When we say, hey, this person is better than this person, we go by albums. We go, these songs on this album are better than the songs on this album. So you can't just throw something together if you don't have anything to say, whether it's about your life, your past, your present, where you're trying to go, whatever your message is, whatever your motto is. If you're not pushing that through the album and you don't have nothing to say, you don't need to be dropping a project. Do not rush a project. A project, a mixtape, an album, EP is not something to be rushed. So if you don't have nothing to say, stop. And last but not least, this is the one that I had to say for last. Number 6, I don't recommend you trying to release an album, planning on dropping an album or a project, if you don't plan on spending money on promotion and marketing.
I do that.
It doesn't matter if you have the most fire music. It doesn't matter if that joint is fuego. It doesn't matter. For those of you that listen to my album, you know, you got the pun. You got the pun. Anyway, listen, it doesn't matter if you dropped a classic album. If no one's ever heard of you before, what does it mean? It means absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't matter how good you can sing, rap, play an instrument, how well how good your beats are. It does not matter. It does not matter. It does not matter. You need to spend money on promotion. Whether it's on blog sites, whether it's to do sponsored posts on social media and doing them correctly, might I add, or else you're just wasting your money. But if you're just thinking, oh, okay, when it drops, I'm just gonna do solely social media and I'm just gonna post on there, and then I'm gonna get upset when nothing happens because I only got like, 10 to 15 likes on a post about my album, and everyone else's album is getting recognition, everyone else's EP is getting recognition, and I don't know why mine's not. It's because you did not properly use your resources, including your money, to push it. Do your research, but make sure if you don't actually plan on spending money, don't even think about pushing a project, excuse me. It takes money. Everything takes money. It takes money to record, get stuff mixed and mastered, get a good quality album cover, push it to different websites and different platforms. It takes money. And listen, don't make up excuses why you don't have money. Like, you don't have to have all the money in the world, but you could stop eating fast food 4 times a week. You can. You can stop buying games that you don't need. You can stop going to the mall and spending as much money as you do there. You can stop going to the club as much as you do. And I know some of y'all try to act like, I don't go nowhere, I don't do nothing. Okay, but you got all these subscriptions and stuff that you don't pay nothing. You don't pay. It doesn't. That subscription don't help you towards your dream, towards nothing else. But you subscribe to about 50,000 different things. That's all I'm saying. You can get it done. You can have money. You can have resources and funding for your project, but you have to make the decision that you're gonna do it. Simple as that. And that's it for this week. Again, this is part 1 of how to drop an album. What'd you guys think? If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, then hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Also, if there's a particular topic that you want me to talk about, go ahead, go into the comment section. I do read my comments and I will add your suggestion to the list. And as always, be you, enjoy your life, and live authentic. Salutes to that, and I'll catch y'all later.